Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snackbar here with MLB 13, the show, and we of course got some more Lou Gehrig coming your way right here. Now, honestly, this is going to be a pretty sweet episode because this is going to be the end of spring training. So I've got just as many games as I did in the last video, but it's going to be like half as long. I think even more than half. So that can be a good thing. It can be a not so good thing, and I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen if I'm going to go and stay in the majors or get moved down to AAA. So anyway, here against the Phillies, hit this one over to first. And am I going to be able to beat it out? Yes! But it doesn't count as a hit. It counts as an error. So I only get 1 point off of that. So that's not going to help me out too much, but we're going to move on to the next game here against the Red Sox. So yeah, like I was saying, I don't know if I'm going to be a starter in AAA or if I'm going to be coming off the bench in the majors. Part of me actually kind of wants to be in the majors a little bit just to get some more time to be able to get adjusted to this. Because, you know, when you spend all the time in the minor leagues, I mean, you're used to the slow pitches or them not being nearly as accurate with the pitches and can't paint the corners or anything like that. But here in the majors, it'll take me a little bit longer. And I think it's going to be great for me, too, because it's going to enhance the other modes that I do play, like the Braves franchise and Diamond Dynasty, things like that. So I don't like having that, you know, got to play AA one game and then switch to the majors and then go AAA one game and go back to the majors. But that one's hit up the middle. That is, of course, going to count as a base hit for Lou Gehrig. So we are reaching summer break. Some of you have already gotten out of school, which is really cool. I loved my summers in between school years. And so every year I kind of give myself a little project to be able to do, something to kind of, you know, pass the time here. And I think for this summer I'm going to do some stuff around the house again. That seemed to work very, very well last year. I mean, we bought the house in June and, you know, there's just a few things I had to do, but I don't know what I want to do right now. Like, I'm thinking about building a fire pit in the backyard. Just so that way I could go out, have s'mores whenever I want, or just sit around a fire with some friends and just hang out. That'll be really, really cool. But I got a lot of plans to grill, of course. I was able to clean out my grill a couple weeks ago, get that going. I kind of also wanted to give myself another project, too. And I'm kind of seeing if anybody would want to help with this. I started a website, 6 months ago. Which was going to be like a news blog type of thing, but it only had one particular subject, and it was about, you know, just like world events and things like that pertaining to like you know, armed conflict and stuff. Not because I enjoy that, but you know, I think that whenever you talk about armed conflict, you're talking about the best and worst in the human endeavor and the human experience. So it was just something I wanted to write about a little bit, and I did have a little bit of time before, but I think this summer I'm going to have some more time to be able to do that type of stuff. But, you know, I'm not going to be able to go ahead, work full-time, do this, work on that website and stuff. So, I don't know, I was just kind of thinking if anybody would want to, like, help out with it here. Of course, you know, I would want to, you know, go ahead and have some people join in who are kind of experienced with writing and things like that. Like if you're like an English major in college, or if you write for like your high school paper or something like that. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and include in the description below just kind of a little bit about what I'm looking for here and what you guys can do. Probably I'll have you guys write like 3 articles just to kind of see how you guys do, and then I'll just choose the best out of that. Doesn't pay anything, of course, but there's always the potential that it could, as it gets bigger and bigger. So we'll see how that all goes. But that's something I might do. I don't know. I've always kind of wanted to do something like that, but it's just always been tough for me because I've been doing, you know, stuff like this. So if I'm not the only person doing it, I think it'll be a lot easier, especially if we all write like 1 article per day or something like that. Oh, and you got to know WordPress too. That's another thing, because that's what I use on the website to be able to write stuff and include pictures and stuff like that. So, yeah, it might be kind of cool. I don't know. I'll see what type of interest is out there and stuff like that. And if people want to join, that's cool. If not, hey, that's okay. Just another one of those things that I'll start up and it really doesn't go anywhere. I have this bad habit, like this really, really bad habit of just like, oh, this sounds something that would be really, really cool. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'll start it and stop it. And I'm honestly surprised that commentary wasn't like that. I'll be like, oh, well, I want to, write this or something, and it doesn't turn out. Or, just a lot of things I've done. I mean, I've tried to write journals of myself, and that doesn't go anywhere. That usually stops after about a month. Gosh, I don't know. I'm really bad with like personal projects, but I've gotten a lot better. Obviously, I think commentary really solidified stuff. So, like last year for my summer project around the house, it was like doing the deck. Because when we bought the house, our house is 10 years old, and the guy who owned the house before us never did anything to his deck at all. So it was completely unfinished wood. It was nasty and gray and moldy and stuff, and I wasn't going to have that. I mean, I wanted a nice-looking deck. So it took me a few weekends, but what I did is I power washed it, and then I sanded down the entire deck with just one of those handheld sanders, and washed that off and everything, and then I refinished the deck. So it took a lot of time, but if it was like me back in high school, I probably would have been like, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go back inside and do whatever. But I don't know. Like I said, I'll put some information down in the description below if anybody were to want to do that. I'll have like an email address or something like that you guys can send the information to and whatnot. But I don't know, it'd be kind of cool to write with some of you here and kind of do some good and, kind of see where it goes. I haven't written anything in there for like 5 months, and yeah, so I might just reset the entire website and we start over from scratch and things like that. So, yeah, it'd be kind of cool. Ah, dang it, it's a comebacker. At least I didn't get chased down. That would have been embarrassing. But anyway, Lou Gehrig having an okay episode right here. I'm hoping that I'm going to get a position here starting off for the team, because there's a couple positions where I think Lou Gehrig could be really good. Now, Teixeira is still better than I am, but I think I could do a good service for the Yankees in left field, maybe also behind the plate as a catcher. That'd actually be really, really weird seeing Lou Gehrig as a catcher, but I would be down with that, because when I was playing baseball, I was a catcher. So, of course, I kind of knew, I know what to do in different situations. I know what pitches to call and location and stuff, but I guess that's more in real life than in the game, because the game you can do a lot of crazy stuff. Of course, this is a lot better than 2K13, or 2K12, sorry. I keep saying 2K13. I think it's because I play NBA. But, anyway, another foul. All right. 1-2 count here, bottom of the ninth. Runner on first. We're down by a run. So Lou Gehrig can make a difference, and I strike out. That changeup, man. That is a tough pitch for me to be able to hit. So, all right, this might actually be the last game here for Lou Gehrig right here in spring training. So I kind of want to end on a positive note. So I've had a couple home runs here. Actually, I want to say 3 home runs here in spring training. Been able to get a pretty good batting average here. I'm above 300. I know that. I can't remember exactly where I'm at, though. But that's really not bad for a pinch hitter, sitting above 300 with a few home runs. A couple other extra base hits. So I have had a lot of singles, and my hitting and my power hasn't been like what we saw in AAA and AA. I'm just going to pop that one straight up. But, of course, there is going to be a little bit of a difference in the type of pitchers that I'm going to be facing. So I'm kind of more even keel with them instead of being able to just dominate them. But that is going to be the end here of spring training for Lou Gehrig. So we're going to take a look and see what happens here in the next episode. We'll see if he's wearing a Yankees uniform or if he's going to be going back to AAA. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching this. I definitely do more Lou Gehrig, of course, to come a little bit later on. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Do not forget the live stream that Tezza Dude and I will be doing from June 1st into June 2nd to benefit the charity water.org. Hopefully we'll have you there, and hopefully you can donate as well. So thanks again for watching, everybody. I do appreciate it. And as always, I hope you have a good one.